Assalamualaikum, grade 5. This is the summary video for today lesson. Subject Science, Unit 5 Shadow, Lesson 5.5 Investigating Shadow Lengths. Learner book page number 7475, Homework Activity book page number 73. First of all, learning objective, observe that shadow change in length and position throughout the day. Obviously, because the sun not staying at one point, it's moving. So make a relevant observation through activity measuring time and distance. Should the time with the passage of time you see in the day, if in the morning, where is the sun? At the day, in the midday, in the evening. So different time and different distances of the shadow. Discuss the need for repeated observation. I told you before, if you want to do your activity, uh, if you repeat it many times, you can get the accurate result. So let's start lesson 5.5, investigating shadow length. What is different about these two shadows? The shadow of a gold flag at midday at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock like this. So this is midday. You can see the length of the shadow of the flag and the shadow of the golf flag late in the afternoon. Which one is bigger, this one or this one? Because the midday the sun is here, yeah. So it's a little, it's smaller. It's smaller at the head, so there is a not bigger shadow. It's smaller. But if it's here, so the shadow is bigger. The shadow is bigger. It's coming down. The shadow get longer. For this, we just have an activity. In this, you need to stand outside in a sunny day. A stick about 20 centimeter height, a sheet of white paper, obviously, some modeling clay for a stone like this, putting it down, a ruler, and a marker pen. Put the okay. Investigating the length of the shadow at different times of day. Choose a place in fully sunlight where there is no shadow nearby. To set up your shadow stick. To set up your shadow stick at the center, it's better. Push the stick into the ground or stick it upright like this with modeling clay. Okay, putting some clay here. Set up your paper and shadow stick like this at 9 9 a.m. in the morning like this. You this is the stick, the same paper. You will see that the shadow of the stick falls on the paper. Shadow of the stick falls on the paper. Mark the end of the shadow on the paper with the marker pen and write the time based on the beside the mark. Go outside every hour and mark the end of the shadow and the end. Also observe where the sun is in the sky each time. You should be right the time exactly. After 1 hour, 2 hour, if you're going outside, after 1 hour, it's good from morning 9 o'clock until the 3 o'clock. So just after one hour, just go and put the mark and put the like this mark, put a tick and just write the time. Okay, also observe where the sun is in the sky each time. At the end of the afternoon, take the stick down and bring the paper inside. Here is the shadow stick paper used by Alicia and her friend. Okay, join the dots. Join the dots you made for the end of the shadows to the hole where the stick was. Uh, these are your shadow lines. Obviously, you can measure it like this. Measure the length of each shadow line with the ruler. Record the length of the shadows in the table alongside the times. Repeat the experiment several times, several days using a different sheets of paper each day. Then you can find the accurate result. Okay, people told the time by sundials. Sundials is what before sundials. Sundial is what they are not using the time or clock. They're using like this a sundial. Before they had clocks. When the sun was directly overhead on the head and the shadow was shorter, it was noon. You can see here it's like this. The sundial, the position of the shadow, tell the time. It was easy topic. I hope so you enjoyed today. What you have learned in this shadow change its length. Shadows change in length and position throughout the day. Yeah, because of sun not stay at the same time. It's moving at different time at different kind of you can say give the light. So shadows change the length and position throughout the day. We can tell the time using the sunlight, sundial or a shadow clock stick. After this question, also draw a picture of shadow you recorded. Show the way, the length and direction, a shadow change, level the time. Same like in your book, you can draw like this. Just change the object stick and then check after 1 hour. Question number two: what did you notice about the position of the sun at different time of the day? At different time of the day, was it low in the sky or high in the sky? How did this after the position of the shadow at different time of day? At different time of day, the sun appears to be highest in the sky between which time? 1 or 2 o'clock, midday and 2 o'clock. In the early morning, the late afternoon, the sun appear in the clock. Sorry, in the early morning, the late afternoon, the sun appear to be low in the sky. The shadow falls first on the side of the stick in the morning. Why? Because the body is starting from the down, from this one. It's until coming here, there is the stick behind shadow. It's bigger. When it's up on the end, when it's come on the head, the shadow it's not bigger. It's less. When it's moving on the other side, the shadow is bigger on the other side of the stick. The shadow falls first on the side of the stick in the morning and then to the other side of the stick in the afternoon because of movement of the sun. What pattern did you notice about the length of the shadow and the time of the day? The shadow started, we told you, I think 1 o'clock like this. So the shadow start long in the early morning because shorter up to 1:30 because the sun is on its highest point or in yeah you can say at the top of the thing, so not making a lot of shadow, a big shadow. So this is the shorter up the 1 o'clock and then start to morning, okay, as started to become longer again. Good boy. Everyone try to finish classwork and your homework page number 43 from your activity book. Goodbye, assalamu alaikum everyone.